Morning, everybody. Today is a special day because it is June 13th, Thursday, June 13th. And you might be wondering what makes that day so special. Sounds like a regular Thursday to me in 2024, but I'll show you momentarily why this date has historic significance for this 94 F-250. I'm going to show you a piece of paper as an artifact on this truck's history, if I can find it. There it is. So, this is a Marty report. I talked a little bit about this when I first got the truck because it illustrates some of the really cool metrics on production. So this comes from an organization called Marty Auto Works here in Arizona that has complete access to Ford's production database dating back decades or even half a century or more. This is the document I'm specifically concerned about because, let me get my marker, it tells me the date that this truck was built. And let's get into the details here. It says that the order was received on May 14th of 1994, bucked, don't know what that means, scheduled for build 6/13/94, built 6/13/94, released 6/13/94, and sold September 12th of 94. So this is the date I'm concerned about right there. June 13th, because my friends, that is today. Today is the day we're gonna celebrate this truck's birthday. There's proof of it. That's my little iPod showing, oh, come on, Thursday, June 13th. And so happy birthday, Ford F-250, 92,000, come on, zoom in there, 92,905.6 miles. Over the course of 30 years is not a very high mileage truck. This thing was kind of used sparingly by one single family for the first 25 or so years in northern Washington, eastern Idaho, western Idaho rather, hauling around boats. I had a camp trailer or a camp topper on the back over the bed, and it was just really mostly a recreational vehicle because it doesn't display any signs of having been used for heavy-duty hauling. You can see, aside from the debris here, the bed is in really remarkable shape for being its age. Most of these trucks were just put to heavy-duty use for obvious reasons. That's kind of why they were designed. But I'm extremely fond of these new wheels and tires. I got the 285/75 16 BF Goodrich All-Terrain T. So we're gonna go to breakfast here and celebrate this truck's birthday. Quick walk around here, and then I'm going to take you guys to a breakfast spot that's a really cool vintage diner here in Phoenix called 5 and Diner. This truck is still a work in progress. I've had it since February, and I have a long list of upgrades and maintenance items that I want to take care of, but in the meantime I already consider it vastly improved from where I started. If you all remember, this truck had a great deal of accessories bolted onto it, aluminum side steps, the bed caps, the drop-in plastic bed liner, the toolbox, the plastic window visors. There were a whole bunch of things that just kind of detracted from the overall lines of this F-Series truck, and so I wanted to take it back to its more original form, aside from some very subtle updates like that ever so slightly lifted suspension on the front with one added leaf, and then of course the newer BFG tires that I just added this week. So great way to celebrate a birthday with this truck, and it's been fun to connect with the original owner's family. I don't know if I've mentioned it in great detail yet, but I connected with the grandson and granddaughter of the individual who drove this truck for many years until he passed away in 2017, which was ultimately why the family let the truck go. finally at that point. So makes them happy to know the truck's in good hands. And in fact, they asked me if I ever sell it to please let them know. Here's the place I was going to show you. This shows up in the top 5 list of Phoenix area vintage diners, and it's called Five and Diner. It's been around for a long time and still doing business. I believe they're a 24-hour joint. Looks like we're going to join a 4th gen Acura TL here in the parking lot. But it's a beautiful morning to get a hearty breakfast. And by the way, there's the build sticker. So this truck, as you can see, confirmed here, was built 6 of 94. Some other fun details in there as well. Really loving this thing, to be honest with you. I can already smell the breakfast. So let's go stop in there and check out the menu. What should we get? Ooh, omelet, I think is catching my name here. Catching my interest, rather. I forgot to share something kind of funny, but also not surprising if you know me well enough. I am a record keeper, I'm a historian. I keep journals, I take pictures, I write blogs, and I make videos. So this is a journal from 30 years ago. I was 12 years old when I wrote this journal, and it's a little bit cheesy. You could even call it a diary, whatever, I don't care. But check this out. So I have a journal entry from the day this truck was built. It was a Monday that year. I said, today is Monday. I've been forgetting to write lately. School was okay. Josh is finally back. I love my life. Now, Josh was one of my best friends back in that era. I think this was 6th grade. And it was definitely unexpected that I would be reading that 30 years later to the day to celebrate the birthday of a Ford truck as I'm having breakfast at a 50s diner in Phoenix. That could have never been predicted as my future, but here we are, and glad to have you all along for the ride. Dropping the F-Series truck at an alignment and brakes place here. These guys came highly referred from a shop near my house, so they didn't want to work on older stuff. So anyway, we're just going to do an add a leaf to the front. So this is a 2-leaf setup here. We're going to add a 3rd, so I'm going to use that Tough Country lift. Obviously these guys know a thing or two about OBS for trucks. And that slight leveling on the front will allow me to put a little bit bigger tire on this truck. I want to go with I think it's a 285/75 16 instead of these existing tires. So we will see how it goes. Just received another package from Complete Performance. This one's going to be the replacement aftermarket headlights. Let's see how they look. Ooh, pretty crystal clear. I have to give a shout out today to my friend Matt, who got me this McCollum Ford badge all the way from Spokane, Washington. Of course, that is the dealership where my 94 F-250 was purchased brand new. That dealership has since changed hands at least a couple of times. The last I checked, it was named Corwin, and I know that because one of my other subscribers sent me a license plate frame from the current dealership. So huge thanks, Matt, for this. The truck is gonna get some new shoes today. My next stop today is gonna be Discount Tire, where I have a set of 285/75 BFG All-Terrain KO tires on order. All right, leaving the truck for its new set of shoes here at Discount Tire and gonna ride my little bike home. Should hear from these guys in the next hour or so. Pretty sweet little siding as I'm leaving here though too. A nice little Bronco 2 with historic plates. Such a huge and much needed difference on this truck with those tires. Incredibly happy with the look, and also glad that I went ahead with the extra leaf ad up front in advance, because when I make a turn, it is pretty tight up here, and in fact I did confirm that according to one of the other people who've done this bumper end here may still need to be trimmed ever so slightly if I get off the pavement too much into a technical situation. But otherwise, everything on this was pretty much plug and play, and I'm thrilled with how it looks.